Well, obviously going back to a place that these two are very familiar with, I'm familiar with. Going back to Texas, I'm actually born about 2 minutes across the street at Breckenridge Hospital, which is right across the street from the Drum. So, but going back and having a chance to play for these two young ladies in their home state is an exciting thing. Playing a great basketball team in Texas, well coached. Coach Aston's done a tremendous job. I know her staff extremely well. You talk about people that do it and are getting it done and doing it the right way. And we'll be going against a well-coached, highly skilled basketball team. Lots of All-Americans on that roster, and again, going to a place that traditionally, historically, has been very, very good, and they're very, very good right now. So obviously, they're coming off of a big win at Texas. She probably has a better idea of where her team is now today than where we know where we are right now, and that's okay. This is just a non-conference game. There's not going to be any championships decided on Wednesday night, but it is an opportunity for two top 10 teams to play in the month of December, which is exciting. And I'm excited to take these young ladies on the road and see how they respond in that environment. I know I've got some kids that have been in that environment many, many times, and I feel very confident in them. I've got some young players that obviously haven't been in that environment, and so I'm anxious to see how they respond. But really looking forward to the challenge, and again, know that we're going in and playing an excellent basketball team, a well-coached basketball team.
For the players, which one of you guys had to get more tickets for family and friends?
They only allowed me to get 15, which was very unfortunate, but I used all those 15. So.
How come only 15?
I don't know. I tried to transfer Zion's ticket to me, and I was looking for my name, and it wasn't there anymore, so I was like, okay.
So what is it, friends and family, or combination of both?
Family members. My grandma is actually in Texas from Michigan, so she'll be there. My aunt, my cousins, my mom, my dad. So.
Okay. How about you, Dan? How many you got?
I have like 13 coming, but I had 13 tickets, but a couple more are coming too, so.
Okay. So they're just gonna sneak in?
Yeah.
Coach, that you've talked about having strong followings on away games. What does it mean to you to know that you're going to have fan bases from two of your players, if not more, and you're going to have hopefully a sizable crowd there supporting us?
Well, first of all, our largest Bulldog club is 2.5 hours away in Houston, Texas. So I've sent out mass notifications to everyone that we're going to be in town and come see us play. And so we're hopeful that we'll get some folks to drive up and watch us that are Bulldog fans. But we'll have some folks there. We've developed a little bit of a following. I got a plane full of boosters going with me, which is good. And so I'm excited about again, just having the opportunity to go play, and want to see how some of our young people respond.
I know one of the point of emphasis this year was a bigger strength of schedule, and this one obviously is going to help you out. How big is it to get in games of this top 10 matchup on the road against Texas and South Florida and games like that? How big is that?
According to the committee, it's very big, and so we've got to put ourselves in that position. But I think before you go jumping into that, into that fish pond, you got to be able to swim with those fish. And so I think we've worked our way into that position. And again, as we evolve and the program evolves, we'll be in more and more of these matchups. Texas will come back here next year. Hey, they're probably going to be top 5 again because they've got a lot of good young players to go with a mix of veteran players. So. It is very important, though, according to the committee, to play these preseason non-conference games against these opponents.
Kayla, now that we've established that the game is big with all the tickets that y'all are trying to get and everything, what's it mean to you personally to be going back home to play?
It's a great opportunity to be going back home to play because not many of my family members have seen us play. They've watched it on TV, but not been to the game. But it's just a great opportunity to play in our home state, play against a good team, And I just think all of us are excited to just have this opportunity.
Donna's had the opportunity because we had to go to A&M her freshman year, and we'll go back to A&M this year. So this isn't our only visit there, but I think more importantly than going to Texas was the fact we were going to get a chance to play a top 10 basketball team. I knew it when we scheduled it. I think Coach Aston knew it, and that's why we did it. And you know, the fact that it is in the state, it's 2 hours from these guys' home is really a bonus, and I'm really excited for them. And you know, Blair could easily be sitting up here. She's got a lot of friends back there, and we've got a lot of family still there. And so Tierra McCowan could be up here too. She's 30 miles from there, Brenham, Texas. So you know, she could easily be up here as well.
I hate to use the cliche, everything is bigger in Texas. I've never been, so I don't know. But can you talk a little bit about the nature of this game? Is it bigger since it's 2 top 10 teams, or is it just like Coach said, it's only December? There's no championships that are going to be won. How are you guys thinking?
I mean, I think it will mean a lot to us if we win, but and again, like, it won't determine anything. It's just a basketball game at the end of the day, and if we lose, we'll still learn something from it. But I mean, hopefully we do win, so it'll be a learning experience no matter what.
Vic, you talked about in the SEC you needed those big girls down low, and Tierra's having a really good start to her freshman career. Just talk about her past week. She earned Freshman of the Week and what she was able to do.
Well, first of all, really proud of her earning that award. I think she would tell you, and anybody else that's won that award, that while it's an individual name, certainly her teammates had a lot to do with it, giving her the ball down there. But she's had a big week for us and very deserving. I don't think people realize how difficult it is on freshmen to come in and adapt to college life, be away from home, and then play at this level. And even though we may not have had we've kind of had 5 games where they weren't real taxing, the preparation's been taxing, practice has been taxing. All that is such a big change for a freshman. And you know, T's really come in and battled. I mean, she's had good days and bad like all freshmen. And you know, to be 10 hours from home, it's been a big challenge for her, and to see her success and to see her respond and to see her the process of maturing, it's very rewarding. Certainly not a finished product, not going to be this year, next year, the year after. But neither is Chenway, neither is this one, neither is, you know, Blair. You can go on down the list, but boy, as a freshman, and she can tell you last year, and Blair can tell you, Victoria can tell you, it's really a challenge. And so really happy for her and to see her have some success early in her career. I think it's been real important, and it's been important to all our kids these first 5 ball games that haven't really played meaningful minutes at this level to get that experience, because tomorrow night we're fixing to step up to a different level and be in a different environment and maybe be out of our comfort zone. And so now let's see how we respond in that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to ask about your rotations. You said it's not going to be 14 for the foreseeable, you know, down the road, but do you foresee the rotation shortening up tomorrow?
Well, I think you know, it's all predicated on foul trouble, you know, pace of the game, those kinds of things. I think the one thing we've got is I've got a team full of confident players. I mean, I've got some kids that can make shots. I mean, as much as I've been sitting around trying to figure out how to guard Texas, I think they're sitting around going, okay, we got to go get that one. She can shoot it. This one can do this one. So I think they're doing the same thing. So I think that's part of competing and playing is the strategy part. And so, you know, that being said, I think I'm anxious to the chess match, to get to the chess match and see what it's going to be all about. But again, I love my team, and so from a rotation standpoint, I know who the first 2 guards have been off the bench. I know who the first 3 guards have been off the bench. I know who the first couple post players have been. So, but kids play well in practice, and when they play well in practice, they deserve a chance when the lights come on. So, you know, every day's a new day, every week's a new week, and that's what I try to keep telling our kids is keep competing. Don't be satisfied. I do not want to slot you. You shouldn't be slotted on December 1st. Don't let me slot you. Keep working, keep competing. Make me play you.
A lot of storylines with this matchup, and one of the biggest is all the girls on your team from Texas. How important has that state been in kind of building this program where you want it?
Pretty important. I mean, you know, they got a lot of good players in that state. We're always going to recruit well in that state. Obviously, we have my staff and I have a lot of contacts in that state. And so, you know, I think being able to go in there and get a top 75 guard in Kayla, get a top 30 player in the country in T, get an all-state player in Blair. Dominique Dillingham's probably the most impactful player, you know, that we signed on most days because of what she brings to the table. I mean, I don't want to go anywhere without her. And so it's a real important, you know, it's an important state for us. And Dom had a great career. She was an all-state player as well. Where she's going to play against someone who was on her team, a teammate. And so, you know, it's an important state. There's no doubt about it from a recruiting standpoint for us. Kind of unusual, I think, probably for a coach here at Mississippi State, but it's been very good to us.
Have you seen video of them on Texas play this year?
Yes.
What, in your opinion, what makes them so tough? They're sixth in the country. What makes them so tough?
I guess like any top 10 team, their aggressiveness, their ability to go in the game knowing that they have talent and they have to use that talent. Just like us, we're aggressive, we attack the rim, and they do the same. They're aggressive, they're athletic, and they attack the rim. So.
Do you see that in the SEC, or did you see that in the SEC from any teams last year?
Oh yeah,
Definitely. How much has that helped you prepare to go into Texas?
I guess being in this conference, we're used to that. We played a lot of good teams, a lot of fast, aggressive teams with guards just like theirs, fast, attack the rim a lot. So we've definitely seen it before. So I think we, or Dom and Tori, know how to go in the game and approach it. But SEC has helped us a lot in dealing with it.
So there's no all factor or anything like that. It's just another game against the top team.
Yep, another game against a top 10 team.
Dom, I know you're ready to play anybody, anywhere, you're going at it 100% no matter what. What does it feel like to be going against a former teammate?
It's gonna be a little weird just because I played with her for a long time, but it's just another game kind of, and I'm just excited to get out there and play.
Have you talked to her?
Yeah, I have.
What does she think about Mississippi State? Are they really excited? Have you talked to her about the game?
I haven't talked to her about the game.
Oh, okay. So you don't really know what she thinks about it?
No.
Because they're about to play a top 10 team too.
Yeah.
It's not just you playing them.
We haven't talked about the game, just personal.
Don, talk about your impressions of T coming in as a freshman and already doing what she's done.
I think she's grown a lot since she's came here, and I think she's impacted the game really well just as a freshman already, and she really helps the guards. You know, whenever we mess up on defense, she's there to back us up a lot. So, you know, just having a lot of trust in her helps right now.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, Coach.